Imagine you walk into a room, smile, and say, hey, but your stepchild barely looks up. You try again. How was school? And all you get is a shrug. You force a smile, but inside you're wondering, will they ever accept me? Am I doing something wrong? Is this just how it's going to be? If that hit home, you're not alone. Step parenting is one of the hardest parenting roles. And when trust isn't there, it can feel lonely and exhausting. And here's what most step parents don't realize. If you don't build trust the right way, the walls between you and your stepchild will only grow higher. That means more stress, more frustration, and an even tougher relationship down the road. But here's the good news. Trust can be built. I've helped step parents go from feeling like outsiders to becoming a trusted, loved part of the family. And here's what most step parents don't realize. If you don't build trust the right way, the walls with you and your stepchild will only grow higher. That means more stress, more frustration, and an even tougher relationship down the road. But here's the good news. Trust can be built. And today I'm going to show you how. If you're a busy parent trying to raise a more emotionally intelligent teen and build a deep, unbreakable bond, my emotionally intelligent teens method program is designed just for you. This program gives you proven strategies to help parents and step parents, men and women, create strong, lasting relationships, even in the most challenging family dynamics. Check out the link in the description. Most step parents ask, how do I get my stepchild to trust me? But that's the wrong question. The real question is, how do I show up as someone they can trust? Because here's the truth. Trust isn't automatic. It's not a title just handed to you because you married their parent. Trust is earned through small, consistent actions. I see so many step parents who say, I do everything for them, but they still don't trust me. And I get it because it's frustrating. But trust isn't built in grand gestures, it's built in small moments. Do you feel like you're talking to a brick wall? You ask the question and they give you a one-word answer. You try again and it's just silence. You're trying your best, but every connection feels like a dead end. Here's where most step parents go wrong. They try to force a connection through conversation. The connection doesn't start with talking, it starts with presence. Here's what works instead: non-verbal bonding. Watch their favorite show, play a game, or just be present in the moment with them. You can also practice mirroring. If they're quiet, match their energy. If they're playful, engage with them. Also, respect balance. Some kids just take longer to warm up. Let them set the pace. The less pressure they feel, the faster trust will grow. Step parenting brings up lots of emotions. And if we're not careful, those emotions can actually damage trust. Think about it. When your stepchild ignores you or gives you attitude, what's your first reaction? Hurt? Anger? Rejection? Your feelings are valid, but your response is what determines whether the situation escalates or strengthens trust. Here are 3 strategies that you can use in these situations. Pause before reacting by taking a breath before responding. Separate feelings from reality. Their distance doesn't mean they dislike you. And utilize self-regulation techniques. Use deep breaths, journal, or take space if needed. The key to emotional intelligence in step parenting is understanding that trust isn't about what you need. Let me say that again for somebody who missed it. Trust isn't about what you need. It's about making your stepchild feel emotionally safe. The moment they stop feeling pressure to let you in is when they'll start doing it naturally. There is one mistake that ruins trust faster than anything else, and that's forcing the relationship. I see so many step parents trying so hard to win over their stepchild by doing everything for them, buying them gifts, giving extra freedom, always being overly nice. But instead of bringing them closer, it pushes them further away. Here's why this happens. Kids need, kids need time to process change. Even if they like you, they may feel guilty about accepting you. They may feel like trusting you means that they are betraying their biological parent. And trust doesn't come from gifts or favors. It comes from consistency and emotional safety. Instead of trying too hard to be the cool step parent, forcing deep conversations too soon, and expecting quick emotional connection, try showing up without expecting anything in return, engaging on their terms, not yours, and being consistent even when they push you away. Now, let's talk about boundaries because let's be real, as a step parent, this is one of the hardest things to navigate. How do you establish rules without overstepping? How do you get them to respect you without seeming like you're taking over? Here's the secret. You don't impose boundaries. You collaborate on them. Let me say this. You and your spouse should have a separate conversation without your stepchild to establish the role that you are taking in the disciplining of the child and what boundaries you guys would like to set around your role in being the step parent. Without that conversation with the parent, overstepping is bound to happen when there are no clear boundaries set. You, your spouse, and your stepchild should be setting together, collaborate on them together. Create a family meeting so that everyone is there and ask, how can we create some rules that work for everyone in this house? When kids feel like they are a part of the decision making process, they're far more likely to respect the boundary. If there's one thing that I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Focus on influence, not authority. Authority says, do this because I said so. Influence says, let me show you why this matters. Which one would you prefer as an adult? This works because kids resist control, but they respect consistency. If they trust you, they'll naturally look to you for guidance. And when they feel heard, they'll more likely be open to what you have to say. Instead of demanding respect, earn it by being reliable. Instead of enforcing rules, build influence through connection. The most influential step parents aren't the ones who control, it's the ones who connect. One of the hardest balances as a step parent is knowing how to be supportive without overstepping. You want to be there for them, but you also don't want to interfere or take the place of the biological parent. Here's the key. Be available, but let them come to you. If they want to vent about their biological parent, don't take sides. An example, your mom or dad was wrong for that. A better example of this would be, I hear you. That sounds frustrating. How are you feeling about it? Your job isn't to fix. It's to listen, to support, and to show them through consistency, your actions, and your teaching. The strength of the co-parenting relationship directly impacts how your stepchild connects with you. If you and your partner are on the same page, which is why I mentioned earlier, that you and your partner should have a conversation outside of the stepchild to establish what role each of you are going to play in the discipline and the authority figures. Because if y'all are not on the same page, your stepchild is going to pick up on it. Just like quote unquote traditional house. Children pick up on when their parents are not on the same page. Keep that in mind. Here's how you're going to strengthen your co-parenting dynamic. Never argue about parenting in front of the kids. Never have private discussions and present a united front. And respect each other's parenting roles. When your stepchild sees you and their parent working as a team, they'll feel more secure in your role as that step parent. That parenting isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent, patient, and emotionally aware. If you focus on showing up consistently, respecting boundaries, and managing your own emotions, trust is going to come. That's exactly why I created the Emotionally Intelligent Teens Method to help parents like you build trust, handle conflict, and create deep, lasting bonds that carry into adulthood. If you're serious about transforming your relationship with your stepchild, check out the link in the description. And if you're looking for even more guidance on creating a strong parenting bond, my book, Bridging the Teen Gap, is another great resource. It's packed with strategies to help you navigate parenting, build emotional intelligence, build and deepen your connection. Check out that link is also in the description. One of the biggest challenges that parents face is learning how to strengthen their relationship with their teen without feeling like they have control over every aspect of their life. If that's something you struggle with, be sure to watch the next video on how to build a strong teen relationship by letting go of control. I'll see you guys later.